Okay, so what's up there guys, and welcome back to Dig It Detecting. As you can see, we have a bloody ripper of a day in front of us today. How cool is that? I'll just give you a bit of a pan around, show you exactly what I'm looking at. Slight breeze, and top of probably 21, 22 degrees today. So really nice. Look, I've even got the legs out. Legs 11. Looks like my leg was broken then. It's not. It looked like it was all bent. Anyway, let's get started. We were here last week, as you can remember in last week's video. If you have not seen it, be sure to give it a watch, as it sort of explains the whole site. You know, we went for a walk over the back there. We found the dairy. We wandered over to the lake there. We found the bottles. We sort of did some detecting. We worked out that was the stables at the back there near the peppercorn tree with all the horse gear, horse tack coming out, and obviously, as you can see in front of us, the house, the chimney. Makes it pretty easy, that one. So really cool. We've got an old well there, and we found the old foundations too. So we are going to make a start. The grass is getting up along this time of year, you know, and there's no stock in here, no cattle in here, as you can see. So we need to take advantage of this site while the grass is still at a good length, that we can work it and use that detector here. So anyway, we're going to get started. We're going to probably opt for the 6-inch coil this afternoon. However, I am still going to run the 11-inch coil a little bit further out there past the windmill. I see another pile of rocks, so possibly another building, another site. So a lot of ground to cover here. So we'll probably run 11-inch coil first, and then we will change over and grab an opt for that little 6-inch baby hands coil, I like to call it, and work it around the house site here and see what we can find, see what we missed last week. Rightio, first target, and this one caught me a little bit off guard. I didn't think he was going to be anything good at all, and then I seen a little hint of silver. That is the second religious pendant that we found from this site now, and that's just what I'm guessing it is. I haven't really wiped it and took a look yet. As you can see, we'll do that together. So not quite sure if we're going to be able to make out what it is though. It's definitely religious. It rang up at a 33. It was sort of bouncing around 31 to a 33. Let's just give him a bit of a rub and see if we can see something. Oh, I can see someone's head. I said I'm not very religious, so I don't know when I find these pendants sometimes even what they're depicting. So a little bit hard with all that dirt on it too. Anyway, like everything in my video, we'll clean up once home, give you a look, and I'm sure he will clean up pretty well too. A little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of bicarb soda, rubbing him in the fingers just gently. I'm sure we'll be able to make out exactly what that says or depicts. So what a ripper. That is the first find. As I said, we want to get over to the other pile of rocks, so we're working our way past this trough, and the other pile of rocks is sort of over where you can see that old implement, the old plough or something over there. So that is where we're heading, and hopefully we have more success. Wow, we have our next piece, and what an amazing piece it is too. We did wander over there to the old building, or what I presume to be an old building. Didn't find too much, really just that little brass doorway. So we wandered back over here. As I said, we're going to work over to the car and really use that 6-inch coil to really hammer down on the signals, and we are digging everything today. This come in at a solid 16, believe it or not. I thought it was going to be another one of those little lead washers. What a bloody ripper. Look at that. Look at that. And you know what? This is a bit of a funny signal. I still think there might be a bit more of it in the hole. Like this one come out from here, but I was getting a bit of a jumpy signal over to the right-hand side of this plug. So we could, I haven't even stood back up yet, we could be on to the rest of it there. You can see there, I reckon it's broken at the top and down the bottom near my thumb. So that is a bloody ripper though. Look at the detail. We need to get the toothbrush and water on this one. I've got the toothbrush and we've got water, so we might go do that, clean it up, and come back, give you a look exactly what this looks like. That is beautiful. We better also check beside that hole too. What a bloody ripper. What a great day. Okay, we're just going to sit that little guy there, and I'm going to film this because if there's anything else in this hole, I'd like to capture it on film. There you go, there's a couple of targets. 16, 17 down there. Like what that little brooch rang in at. It's quite a bit further down. Alright, so that's one right there. And then we've got a 19. We'll just sort of make a bit of an impression, because I don't want to lose that target. Sorry about the dodgy camera work. We'll get the shovel out of there. Oh, we took the plug with it. That's a bonus. We'll see what this guy's here. You notice I was using the pinpoint function then to narrow down my target, going in and out of pinpoint, and he's right there. So let's put that plug there with the dirt, and let's dig this one. You'd almost hit that one with the pinpointer, I reckon. He's not very deep at all. So we're only out in the cow paddock today too, so it doesn't matter if we get a bit crazy and dig some holes. As long as we fill them in, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter what they look like out here. Okay, he's at the back there a bit more. So I don't think it's going to be, I can see him right there. You see that? I'm not sure it's going to be anything related to our nice little brooch there. We must have been a bit far back on that one, so we'll dig around the side, try and pop him out. It looks almost like a lipstick to me. Oh, it is too. Yeah, it is too. It's an old lipstick thrown out right beside the brooch. Unfortunately, part of the shell's coming off as he's coming out of the hole. So there we have it. I'll zoom in and look at that. The old lipstick. That would have been a swivel base lipstick. It wouldn't have been the push-up one. You know, the early type lipsticks had, you'd push them up with your thumb basically. And they were sort of 1920s backwards, 1930s backwards. So this would have to be, dare say, 1930s onwards lipstick. It's a nice shade of red, isn't it? How lovely. Anyway, we better sit him up, or we'll put him in the bag actually. And let's see what this other target is. Oh, it's something very small, very small. We might try and retrieve him, and we'll come back, give you a look. Just see if we can hit on him again. Right, there he is. All right, we'll retrieve this guy, fill in our mess, come back and give you a look, and we better clean up that brooch, show you also. Well, you wouldn't believe it. You would not read about it. Well, you may, depending on what article you're reading. There we have it. We've got another one. Oh no, it's missing the stone, this guy. Bugger. Wonder if he's still in the hole there somewhere. We might have to look around very carefully. Look at that though. Another little brooch. We best sit him up with the other guy. There we are, fella. Reunited. Okay, so we filled our hole in there, as you can see. That's where we got the second little pendant out just then, using my boot as a pointer. Good pointer. Anyway, just swing back over, and I got a little chain link out. Set him up on the rock there. I'll show you in a second. And just swing back over and working our way forward. Uh-oh. We might have a third little brooch. That might have been a three-piece brooch. Let's give you a listen to what the other one sounded like. Exactly the same. 16, 17, oh, got an 18, 19. Let's give that a dig, because I reckon that's going to be another part of our pendant. I'm just trying to work out where the shovel is. There we go. Let's see if we can find him together. Oh, I can see him straight away. Hint of silver. You know, this might even be a different piece. Oh, I can see some chain actually. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, she's discarded the old necklace. We've got to be very careful here, try not to lose any. She's discarded the old necklace pendant in the dump. Chain and all. Maybe because it was missing the stone and broken. That's another one missing the stone. What a lovely piece though. What a great piece. Well, three great pieces now. You can see there where the chain would have been hanging it and probably clipping them together. Wow. Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing. I'm sorry if it's not focusing there. Let's put it up on the rock there too, because I do not want to lose that guy. Also that little chain link. These will all be presented to the landowner. He's been wonderful. I haven't even met this bloke yet, and here he is. Let me just dig up all his property. I've been out here twice, well this is the second time now, and I tell you what, we have dug some holes. If you've seen the first video, I think we dug well over 100 targets that day. Phenomenal sight, crazy sight. Really good. So anyway, oh, we're hitting on a bit more of that lipstick there. We'll get him out of the hole and stand up, see if we haven't got another little brooch. If not, we better clean them up, give you a look, and then put them in the car somewhere safe. We don't want them rattling around in the bag here, being damaged any further. So what a bloody ripper. What a ripper. I love this sight. It's happening again. We got another one. Oh gee, there we go. So I just want to say there, you know, you've seen us remove those 3 pendants and basically a few other items, and you can see that it's now opened up that other signal. That was not there before, that high signal. So that's the only reason it's opened it up. The more items you remove from the ground, the more the detector can focus on everything in the ground, you know. You're just generally plucking those items out one by one as they come. Hence why I always tell someone, whether it be trash or treasure, just dig it, remove it, because if it's trash, you might then open up the treasure. Like we've done in this case, although it's nearly all been treasure. So we'll give this guy a dig out now. Well, this hole is getting out of hand, isn't it? It's getting quite big. As I said, does not matter though. Out here, this could be, geez, this could be a diamond ring. I was hunting there years ago. Some will have heard this story, but I was hunting there years ago in a garden bed of a house that burnt down. Basically, we're right on him. Open that hole back up again. But basically, working this garden bed, looking for old toy cars, because a lot of the kids used to lose their toy cars in the garden bed, and I'd found heaps. Oh wow, there it is there. And anyway, next minute, boom, a sapphire diamond ring popped out. A black sapphire diamond ring, absolutely beautiful. You'll see it up there on the screen. Amazing piece, and just goes to show you just never know what is going to come out of the ground. And there we have it. That has got the little STG SI. That's sterling silver, and that is the old basically stamping for sterling silver, not the new one. And that looks like a mother of pearl in there. Little pearl. We better go clean all these up. We also better keep checking that hole, because more items might be coming out of there. Wow, that is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Matt is going to love these pieces as much as I do, I'm sure. There we go, he can sit there. Who knows, he may have even come out of one of those other little ones that are missing the stones. So that would have been quite a lovely brooch, wouldn't it? Right, so we're going to clean these brooches up just quickly. I'll show you what they look like in my hands. I sort of got a bit carried away there, and I left them on the rock, and I continued detecting. So I thought I'd best go pick them up, because let's face it, every rock out here looks the same, the majority of them anyway. So we're going to use this water trough here. I hope I don't drop them to the bottom. We'll just use the water trough here carefully though, and then basically go put them in the car, ready to show Matt at a later date. I haven't caught up with him yet, as I said, but I'm hoping to this weekend, all going well. So anyway, let's start with that guy first. The first one and the best one, I think. Right, so there we have it. Look at that, aren't they fabulous? Just amazing. The farmer had a pretty wife by the looks of that. She was wearing some pretty jewellery. Very nice, unless the farmer was wearing it himself. That would be a bit odd though, I'd imagine, for that time period too. I'm sure he would have been the talk of the town if he was. Anyway, lovely pieces. So you can see there, just a light hit with the toothbrush. That's all we did, and I dare say that is a maker's mark on the back. Cleaning them up there, just seen that little maker's mark. So something we can ID, possibly more, once home. You can see it duplicates itself on the back of every piece. What a ripper. So that has to be, if it focuses there, sort of, that has to be a maker's mark. We will try and check that out once home. So sterling silver though, that's why it rang up so nice and loud. And look at the little flowers and the detail in that. I don't think that's a real mother of pearl either, just a fake one. What a classic piece though, what a great piece. I like that JH bit of stamped lead that we found there last week with the owner's initials stamped into it. This is also one of those very personal, special pieces. You just imagine her, you know, putting her makeup on, putting her jewellery on, her favourite jewellery, her favourite dress, and making her way into town for the day, you know, once a month. Generally it was, you know, shopping day, into town day, pick up all your supplies. So really special pieces, really cool. We finished up sort of over there with the detector, and we're going to continue on. However, I am going to stop for some lunch now. I am starving, and these need to go be put in the car somewhere safe, because imagine losing them or damaging them further. Would not be pretty cool. Would not be cool, would it? So we're going to go put them in the car here, stop for some lunch, and I cannot wait to show the landowner these once we catch up with him, and finally meet him too. That'll be interesting. Hey, check that one out. Today is jewellery day. We have so much brooches, pendants and jewellery today, it's not funny. And there's another one, a beautiful old brooch, a lady's brooch. Whoops, we dropped him. I dare say, oh, it will too. I dare say it's going to have some nice design on it. Another one for us to clean up once home. How's that? We got another one of those special pieces, same as last week. The first time we come here, so I don't know what they are though. I'm a little bit confused as to what they what they were for, what their purpose was. And you know me, I like to understand things, I like to learn things. So the fact that I don't know what it is, it's really annoying. It's quite frustrating. Well, not frustrating. It's just something I'll have to learn at a later date, but something I'll have to keep in mind and try and ID. If you do happen to know, be sure to drop a comment below. I would love to know. I'd love to know. Any suggestions? I'd love to hear them. So one hole down the bottom, one hole on the side, and another one on that side. 3 holes to mount it onto something. What though? I don't know. Righto, lunch is over. We are going to get back to it now. Put everything back in the fridge, keep it cool. -1 degrees that normally sits at. It's went up a little bit. Perfect for keeping that food and those drinks cool though. As you can see, we've removed the 11-inch coil too, the Big Daddy, whilst we're having some lunch there. And basically what we're going to do now is just use that little 6-inch coil, the little baby's hand, and basically work it around this old house site. You can see the chimney there. So I don't think it was dirt floor. I believe it would have been like hardwood floor or something, or a pine floor. However, you just imagine stuff that would have dropped through the floorboards, you know, as they were building the house, dropping stuff. You just never know. You never know. So we pulled a florin just from over there the other day. It was quite burnt, quite mangled. However, let's see what we can find today with that little baby hand coil working over the house side here. So let's go. Hear that song? Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Hey, 6-inch sniper coil strikes again. We got a silver coin down there and we are still directly on top of the house site. I think I got the florin somewhere there the other day. So really, really cool. As I said, you just never know what drops through those floorboards or what may have been lost accidentally while this place is being built. So there you have it. Look at that. I think he's going to be a 19 early coat. Yeah, he is too. 1926. Early coat of arms. This guy looks like he might have been through a fire too. Whoops, dropped him. He's very, very rough. Look at that. Yeah, I reckon he has. He's been through a fire. Maybe this house site burnt down. Maybe that's what happened to it. I don't know. I don't know the history of it properly. I know who was here, you know. I know the landowner, what have you. Well, I know who the landowner's name was. I'd have to do a little bit more research, try and find out whether this house was pulled down, burnt down, pulled down and then burnt down, you know, burnt off whatever was, you know, building materials, what have you, what they wanted to get rid of or discard. You see the pile of bricks and rocks here, so maybe everything else was burnt, which is quite common. Easy way to get rid of an old house site like this. So what a bloody ripper. That is 2 silver coins now from this just one little area. Let's see if we can find more. Let's check out how that day has changed. It's 1:30 in the afternoon now. Some will remember this morning there at 10 AM when we got here. It was absolutely picture perfect. A beautiful, beautiful day. We are expected to have some rain clouds come in tonight with a storm following, and also tomorrow and the next day a couple of showers also. So never mind. Isn't that funny? You get good days during the week and always on the weekend it seems to rain. It's always the case. So anyway, we have ventured a little bit further away from the house site now. I did say, you know, we were just going to sort of stick around there. However, my line, you know, that line that I imagined in my mind, got further and further out, and so did we. So I'm glad we did too. We sort of ventured back over to where we got the brooch there this morning at the start of the video. And bingo bango was his name-o. Check this out. Look at this. This was a 13 too. I didn't capture it on film, I'm sorry. However, it was just a solid 13. Nothing really to rant or rave about. You know, the signal, it's a little 13 like that. You're just generally hitting on the old shotgun shells and all that sort of stuff, pull tabs, what have you. However, look at that. That is amazing. Another nice little brooch, beautiful little 13. I don't know whether this is related to what we found there this morning. We need to give them a clean up, or whether it's just another piece that's been discarded. So there we have it. There we have it. I'm going to call this place a jewellery paddock because there's so much stuff here. Actually, we better sit him on the rock so we don't damage him in the pouch there. It's funny too because As I said, that's where all those brooches come from this morning. Where my shovel's leaning is where we sat them up on the rock. And I really did. I sort of really went over this very thoroughly with that 11-inch coil. We didn't hit on that one though, did we? So very interesting. The difference between the 6-inch and the 11-inch is quite obvious when you're visiting these sites. It's chalk and cheese. So we're going to stand back up. Give us a bit of a swing over here. If this is where she's walked over and dumped out the jewellery box, who knows what else is here. And then we're going to clean that piece up, give you a look, and then we probably better get out of here, go get the boys. Holy moly, you would not read about it, would you? We stood back up, got another target, a little 10, 11, and look what we've got. We've got her earring now. Oh, quite the pretty jewellery. She was quite the pretty wife. Farmer wants a wife, he had one, and she was pretty. That's cool, that's cool. Another one, and guess what? You will never guess what. And we dug this one out too, right beside the rock. Uh-oh. This one's in a little bit worse condition, a little bit worse state. Oh, it snapped off. I've seen it happening. Never mind, I better bring you in so you can see. There we have it though, another piece of jewellery. I better capture that next one on film because you guys won't believe me. You'll think I'm setting this up. I'm not though. Just unbelievable. She must have just walked out here with her. Maybe they broke up. Maybe they're like, I don't love you anymore, I'm going into town to live with another man. Or maybe, who knows, the bloke found another wife, and the wife come out in the paddock here and said, bugger you, and tipped all the jewellery out, all the jewellery that he'd given her over the years. So really cool. Oh, that's what my story is anyway, and I'm sticking to it. Let's see what else we can find. Righto, we are still plodding along. We've actually turned ourselves around now. We were looking that way before and we were digging all that, working our way up the hill, and we've got those special pieces sitting on the rock over there. I decided to work back this way, and guess what? I think you're going to be able to guess. We got another one. Hello there. And we've got a little clip down below. Let's go to the clip first. Clip. Now, brooch. This was an 18 again. So we'll put the clip over here on my glove so we don't lose him. And take this one out very gently. Oh, he's got some clips already on the back of him there too. So what a bloody ripper. And there's that little hallmark again there. Let's zoom in, see if we can see. Looks like a little lady doing something. I don't know. Let's see if we can sit it down and really focus in for you. Ready? Aha! I don't know. It looks like a lady's head and an arm. Or maybe that's the wrong way around. If you know what that engraving is, a maker's mark, I would love to know. It's on every single piece. This one here is quite a special one too. He's still got a little stone attached, so wow. How nice is that? What a great day. To find one bit of jewellery is a good day. To come out and find multiple pieces of jewellery, where's the rest? Oh, there they are. I find multiple pieces of jewellery. It's just fascinating, I think. So he can sit up there, he can sit up there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more pieces to clean up. And we had another 4 pieces of it, or 4 or 5 pieces over in the car there. So wow. Let's do a little bit more scanning this way, and then we must get out of here. We must pack up and get out of here. I'm about half an hour from getting the boys from in town, so I must keep an eye on that time and get out of here very soon. Righto, so we went all the way around here, basically digging out as many targets as we could. I think we've dug about 50 holes in this little 5 metre circle area. I was just sort of digging everything, and then I heard this. And I thought, well, that's a surface target. What's going on there? I see a bit of loose dirt on the surface. Well then, we must have, where is he? There he is. We must have flicked this little fella out before without even realising when we got that other piece right beside this rock here. So, that is cool. That is the last piece too, I dare say. See if we can break him out of the dirt. Oh, it's only a very tiny piece. No wonder we missed him. That just goes to show how well that 6-inch coil is working. I know it was sitting on the surface. We'd already knocked him out of the hole. However, that is not the first smallest item that I've picked up on today. I've been picking up on heaps of small, tiny little pieces. So really cool. Onto the rock, onto the collection. Let's give you a look, because I'm not gonna have a chance to clean these up until I get home now. I'm just gonna run out of time. So dirty. And then once you get home, well, once we get home, we'll show you them all clean. A little earring, brooch, another brooch. Awesome stuff, awesome stuff. Yep, she definitely divorced that guy, definitely divorced the husband, and come out here and threw all the jewellery out. I'm leaving. Rightio, that is about it for us today, guys. We are going to pack up and get out of here now. I was just sort of walking over to the lake there, having a bit of a scout around, checking in those tree lines for any bottles to the left and to the right, just seeing if I didn't miss anything the other day, because we didn't really venture up there too far. Well, empty-handed, so we didn't miss anything, and never mind, they may have already been picked up over the years. As I said, it's probably been 30, 40, 50 years of bottle hunting prior to me standing here today. So anyway, next time we get up here, we are going to be venturing up the back of this property. This property goes way up the back there, a couple of 100 acres here from what I know, and basically after speaking to the landowner Matt there some time ago, or last week I should say, when we made contact, he said, mate, I do believe there's another house site up the back. And I agree, I 100% agree. Let's keep walking you over here and show you what I see and what I can think is happening up the back there. So basically this area, a lot of these little scrubby bushes, as you can see, the box thorn, anything that was sort of brought in by the early settlers has been planted here. Otherwise, it's all just these little sort of boxy scrub salt bushes. Well then, if you look right over the back there, you see what I can see? Big old pine trees. Now, I know that doesn't mean anything in some places, but around here, if there's big old pine trees or palm trees and windmills and hay sheds, generally that means house site. The old pine trees, you know, they just don't grow native out here, you know, natural. They have to have been planted, same as the gums, everything. If we look over here, we've got another house site over there. You can see the big tall gum tree, and also the pines following down below. So there was a house site over there, another house site way up the back there, and we can get permission to both of them. It's on the same land, and the landowner's already sort of said, mate, do a bit down here, and then we can venture up over the back. And he said, I suspect it's a house site, but I can show you and see what you think anyway. And without even looking at it, I sort of said to Matt, I agree, mate. I can see on the allotment sheets, I can see on the maps and the charts that I have, that, you know, this was one farm leading around the lake's edge there. As you jump over the lake and up the back there, you can see another farm, another allotment on the map. So very interesting stuff. I cannot wait to get back here and catch up with Matt. As I said today, we have not even met this bloke that owns this property. We're just been here digging holes like a rabbit. Crazy. But I'm sure he's going to enjoy what we found last week and today. And like everybody, like every landowner, you know, private property I go to, I always offer up the landowner anything they would like to keep, because I just think that is good etiquette, and that's just how I like to operate. So anyway, we are going to get home, get everything cleaned up, and give you a look through what we got out today. So we will see you at home. Okay, so welcome back there, guys. As you can see, we have you in the backyard now. We've got all our finds laid out, ready to give you a look at what we did today. What a fabulous day we had too. I was just thinking there before, I can't remember a day where I dug out so many pieces of jewellery in one day. We only got one coin too, not even a penny. Amazing. So anyway, let's take you through a look at what we did. Up the top here, all the rubbish that we got out. As you can see, we're digging a lot of the lower numbers out today. The 10s, the 12s, the 14s, the 17s, everything that basically sounded plausible, we dug it out. So generally when I go to these house sites, some will know, I like to dig from 18 to 40 upwards, cancelling out everything below, and that sort of gives me a really good understanding of the site present that I'm at. So cherry picking those targets and what's coming out of the ground, and sort of indicating where things were. Now today was sort of the day where I mentioned that we go back and we revisit and we dig out those lower numbers. It's exactly what we did. A lot of these pieces of jewellery coming out, as you've seen, very low numbers, 10, 13, 17s, everything I generally wouldn't dig. So that's why we dig the lower numbers out. You generally see me dig the high stuff, the higher tones, you know, from, as I said, 18 to 40 upwards, like what this sort of guy would have come in at. I think he was a high 25, 26, whatever. Generally, you know, brass, copper items, ringing up louder. So as I said, cherry pick at the start and then go back and revisit and rework that site. So we've got another one of these, I'm just holding it there, another one of these brass pieces, ornate pieces, the 3 holes, 2 up the top, 1 down below. I don't know what they're for though. We got one there last week too. So interesting piece, one that we had missed. So Let's go through, as I said, digging out lower numbers. Let's go through what we got for digging out lower numbers. Some of these pieces of jewellery, they're just fascinating, absolutely beautiful. You can see there the craftsmanship and the work in that in the silverware there, absolutely beautiful. It's all sterling silver. It's all got their maker's marks on the back there, which, look, to be honest, I still have not worked out. I don't know. I'm going to have to match them up, try and work out where these pieces were made, which most jewellery was made in England throughout the 1800s and early 1900s. You had like Willis and Sons and early jewellery makers that started making jewellery in Australia. So who knows, these could be early Willis and Sons, early 1900 turn of the century jewellery pieces. They could be made in England, could be later. Fascinating pieces though, absolutely beautiful. Once again, your maker's marks on the back, so really cool. The light is sort of playing tricks on us at the moment. It's very dark here. You hold them up here, they're beautiful and light. So anyway, a few more pieces coming out. We'll just bring them all out to the light and show you. Very nice. We sort of bent this guy out a little bit. He was sort of like, you can see like he's like caged with those little sort of things hanging down. Very cool piece. Once again, very ornate. Cleaned him up and just bent him out very gently. And as you can see in the inside, it says sterling Adensia, A-D-E-I-N-S-I-A. So sterling silver once again, Adensia. I think I've got that right, the pronunciation. A bit of a hard one to say, but yeah, look, it could have been off this piece here. Obviously these four were attached. This guy could have been part of it, or it could have been a whole separate piece altogether. Same as this little imitation mother pearl brooch set in a little sterling silver little setting there. So great design, absolutely great design. Look at the flowers and what have you around the outside. Very shaky, trying to hold it and the camera's not focusing. There it goes. Yeah, anyway, great pieces. Let's just zoom in on these other few. You can see that little tiny piece there. We picked him up with a 6-inch coil right at the end there, so very shaky, sorry. Let's bring you back out a little bit. This piece here, this is a little earring, little clasp earring. You can see there is slightly bent. However, that would have screwed down onto your earlobe. Oh, it still screws too. There you go, still works. So yeah, look, fascinating pieces. I do believe these have all just been discarded. Like maybe I was only joking there before with the wife divorcing the husband, but maybe she did. Maybe they all got discarded, or maybe she upgraded her jewellery box and they all got discarded with that. So anyway, little 1926 early coat of arms, threepence. He'd been through the fire there. He's had a bit of a hard life. Same as that florin there we found the other week, half melted. So last but not least, the old religious pendant. I don't know, I said the other week I'm not that religious, so I do not know what these are actually depicting. I couldn't tell you, sorry. I know St. Christopher, patron of safe travel. I know that guy, but look, I'm not very religious. I said Mum never made us go to church. She was forced to as a kid, so she never forced it upon us. Anyway, another little piece here I just forgot to mention. Once again, picking it up on the 6-inch coil. It's like a little clasp once again. So just fascinating. That site all needs re-going over, reworking again. There is a few other bits down there we picked up on the clips and what have you. But yeah, not much to look at, unfortunately, broken. So anyway, as I said, that site needs to go over again. We will be back there running the 6-inch coil, little baby's hand, little brilliant coil. And also making contact with Matt, the landowner, and basically going and assessing and checking out those house sites at the back. I do believe there may be two, not just one. I thought there might have only been one. But I think there might be two, so something for us to check out further and explore in future. So anyway, I really hope you enjoyed, guys. It's starting to rain now. There you go, the day is turning. So we're going to get out of here. Be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button below. Follow my finds for future. I'd love to see you there, love to have you there, and love to see you on that next adventure. So cheers, guys. Happy hunting. We will see you next time.